We wanted to make a documentary about abusive relationships among teenagers.
We collected stories from high schoolers about their experiences with abusive relationships, whether it happened to them or a friend.
We then took those stories and formed dramatic monologues out of them.
We had actors read these monologues, and then we organized them in terms of themes.
The monologues deal with issues such as
Physical,
control,
Substance,
and emotional abuse.
So, I was with this guy, and he was actually my first boyfriend.
There was this one guy, Derek, and he and I became best friends right away.
So, you know that cheerleader type of girl, right? The one that everyone likes, the one that every guy seeks for, the girl that every girl wants to be and the girl that every guy wants to be with. And, well, this girl, Kira, right? She was that, and it was so great for the first week. I mean, it was like a dream almost.
I still remember seeing him that first day in 8th grade, and he was sitting there with this long hair, and we started talking and then flirting and eventually dating.
Me and Steph were best friends ever since 3rd grade.
A couple of years ago, my neighbors moved out, and the Fishers moved in. Lucy was the eldest daughter, a couple years older than me.
There is no excuse for someone to be controlling. There is no excuse for someone to be controlling. A relationship is about equality. It's a partnership. So you shouldn't feel that your ordinary life is hindered because of the wants of your partner.
I had this friend, Johnny, and he was really, really great guy. And she asked me, like, what was up with this guy? What was he like? And I told her, well, he's a really great guy. Yeah, you should probably meet him. And she told me about the next day that he was hitting on her and, doing all this creepy stuff. And she says, look, he's doing it again. Could you beat him up? And I beat him up. That's a little irrational. That's kind of weird. And Johnny, I mean, this guy's a nice guy. Why would I beat him up? He's my friend. But she was like, well, if you want to be, you got to be with me first. I mean, I'm the number one thing in your life right now.
Last year, she started dating this guy, and everything changed for me, for her. She wouldn't answer my phone calls. She wouldn't invite me over to her house. She didn't even talk to me at school. So I knew something was wrong.
The next week, my parents, they went out of town, and I was sitting in my front room, and my door burst open, and Lucy just sprints through the door and jumps on top of me and starts to try to kiss me and starts whispering that she loves me in my ear, and it just really weird stuff. I pushed her back. I was like, Lucy, this can't happen. The next day I saw her, and she had a bandage wrapped around her wrist. I knew it was for real. She was serious. She said she was going to kill herself. I gotta believe. I got no choice. I have to believe her now. I was scared. Just something to calm her down. So we went out and had a little date. Her whole demeanor changed. She became very controlling and was always around. I was in the backyard hanging out with guys, my phone all the time, text, call, where are you, what's going on? I was brushing my teeth in the bathroom, and I look over, I see her watching me brush my teeth. She's my neighbor.
And if you feel like you're being controlled, the best thing you should do is talk to them. Communication is honestly the biggest weapon you have. And if that doesn't work, you should go talk to a friend or someone you trust.
Substance abuse, mainly with drugs and alcohol, is another type of behavior that can severely affect relationships. When your partner or your friend or just somebody you know tries to get you to do something with drugs or alcohol you don't want to do, remember, although you're in a relationship, you're your own person. Speak for yourself. Tell them that you really feel uncomfortable doing it.
And then, we were in high school, and midway through the year, he just, I don't know, he started hanging with his friends, his old friends. And he eventually just started smoking pot every day. And he'd always kind of invite me to go along with them to go smoke, but I didn't want to. That wasn't me. And I just remember thinking, I needed him, and I couldn't function without him. He's choosing the drug over me, and that's not okay. And
This one Friday night, we went to my friend's party, and my friend's parents weren't going to be at the party, so of course we were having alcohol, and there were going to be a lot of people there. And I didn't really have that much experience drinking at all, but, I got really drunk that night. And Derek was there, and he got really drunk too.
She said that it had started small, that she had been drinking and she had been partying with her boyfriend.
And whenever you see a friend or boyfriend or girlfriend or just somebody you care about abusing drugs or alcohol, remember, when it comes to these types of situations, you're not a pro. The only thing you can do to help that person is to get him or her to seek help from professionals such as guidance counselors.